Anthony Joshua.
Wow. 199.4.
Like that? Who you think you are? I am!
You did say something, and I'm paraphrasing here, so please correct me if I'm misinterpreting it. You said if I could kill him, I'll kill him.
Yeah.
Your old foe, Tyson Fury, today called you a classless loser for saying something like that. That you shouldn't say that as a boxer. Could you explain to us what you meant by that, and could you please respond to Tyson's statement?
It's my job. We fight. We're licensed to kill. I'm sure many people don't understand it, but this is what my job is, and I just enjoy what I do. Whatever happens, happens. As long as my hand's raised, that's what's important, right? Respectfully. That's just the mentality we have to have as fighters. I don't know if any other fighter thinks that way. Maybe they're a bit more tamed. But the things I watch and the way my mind works, when you're in that ring, it's a dangerous place to be, and anything can happen. And you hope your opponent leaves the ring safely, but if they don't, you know, you still have to go to bed at night knowing that you just done your job. It wasn't personal.
The final press conference felt like two very different energies on the same stage, and that's what made it exciting. It started light and almost playful.
That Jake Paul's fearlessness creates a challenge for you.
Yeah, definitely. Jake Paul creates a great challenge for me. And he's got a great mindset for sure. Great family, great brother, great person. So yeah, it definitely creates a good challenge for me. But as I said earlier, competition is really good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
AJ, you called this the ultimate barbershop fight, the ultimate plane fight. Everyone's talking about it. I love that description. I'm wondering, when you were in Valencia training, maybe back home a little bit here in Miami, are a lot of people coming up to you and saying, can you please knock this guy out? That seems to be the sentiment. Are they coming up to you and saying that?
Nah. They're respectful. People are respectful.
They are?
They're like
I saw in the video there were people there outside the press conference saying, end this man, end this man.
Yeah, you do hear it, but remember, we don't focus on the negative.
True. No, that's just a sentiment that I feel like people are saying to you.
They're just saying, good luck, do your best. You know, that's a great fight. I heard people say like, I'm not really into boxing, but I'm watching this fight. But no one's really coming up to me saying anything about Jake or they want me to knock him out. Just positive vibe.
Jake joked about AJ listening to something better than him, and Joshua brushed it off with a calm smile. Even then, you could feel the competition underneath the jokes.
A show for the fans. Let's go to war. Men have done crazier things throughout human history. This is the modern day gladiator sport. This is what we're here to do, is f each other up, and I'm ready. I want his hardest punches. I want there to be no excuses when it's all said and done, and let's f each other.
Then Jake changed the tone. He tried to play mind games, calling this fight a possible biggest loss of AJ's career. He talked about nerves, timing, and strategy like he already had Joshua figured out. Joshua didn't rush his response. He waited, then calmly said fighters are licensed to finish fights and that this is simply his job.
Focus on more positive.
Exactly, that's why I'm not going to ask you about that. But Jake, do you view
push your confidence.
Absolutely. Do you view it this way? Do you view it as old guard versus new guard, that he's representing boxing and he's been tasked with ending the Jake Paul experience and it's up to you to keep it going?
Not really, no. I mean, I think no one's done more for the sport of boxing in the past decade than myself. So I think if people really cared about boxing, they'd want me to win. But I see where the angle that they're coming from is that he's, you know, the traditional boxer, has been doing it his whole life, etc. But I think that I'm more important for the sport of boxing. And so if they actually cared about the sport, they would want me to win.
Jake answered with chaos, talking about war, history, and destiny, putting everything on the line. But the contrast only made AJ look more composed. When Joshua said he was carrying boxing on his back and was here to end Jake Paul's show for the purists, it felt less like promotion and more like a mission. Jake fired back by claiming he's done more for boxing than anyone in the last decade, fully embracing his role as the disruptor.
I was then called in to fight Ngannou, and I knew there was a lot riding on it. And with this one, in terms of putting boxing on my back, it just seems like I'm being called in to I don't know, save the pugilists, the purists of boxing and so on. People don't like the fact that I'm fighting Jake. Whether that concerns me or not is another question, but if we look at the people that don't want me to be here, but they want me to put an end to Jake Paul's show, I understand it, and that's why I have to carry boxing on my back.
AJ framed it as legacy versus rebellion, Jordan versus Iverson. Even when asked about losing, he joked through it, smiling like the pressure didn't bother him. By the end, it didn't feel like trash talk anymore. It felt like belief meeting experience, noise meaning silence, and two realities heading toward one outcome when the bell rings.
The call saying, okay, now he wants to fight you.
Oh, I just thought brilliant opportunity, man, you know, because I understand what his audience tuning in does for me, what it does for boxing as a whole, and the ripple effect it has on the industry that I'm in. Because when Jake moves aside, boxing still benefits. I'm a pure boxer, so boxing still benefits. I just thought, what a great opportunity to perform in America just before Christmas. We had been training anyway. Everything was stacked up for it to happen, and I think it's a great date to happen on.
That's when the energy shifts. After all the press conference noise and Destiny talk, the focus moves to Anthony Joshua speaking with Eddie Hearn. The tone becomes calmer, but the confidence grows stronger. AJ sounds like a man who isn't chasing moments anymore. He's clear, focused, and unbothered. He sees Jake Paul as momentum and opportunity, but also as someone who eventually runs into a wall.
Boxing is it's a nasty game. You don't want to do it. You go to the gym to keep fit. As Eddie said, you can see this guy's got a bit of talent. Hey, get some gloves on. Next minute, hey, what do you want to do, some sparring? Next minute, you get carded. Next minute, you're fighting. Next minute, he's fighting Tank. Next minute, he's fighting Anthony Joshua. Boxing is just like it's a snowball effect. It just keeps rolling and getting bigger and bigger and bigger until you meet someone or you hit a wall and it all just goes.
Eddie Hearn explains the plan like this fight became a strange chapter no one expected, but everyone is handling seriously. AJ keeps repeating one idea: if you can finish a fight early, you do it. Not for highlights, not for mercy, but because boxing doesn't owe anyone extra time.